What up, everybody? Can you guys hear me fine? What's up, everybody? Y'all hear me fine? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Woo! Man, man, man. Man, 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 man. First and foremost, first and foremost, let me give a huge, huge shout out to my cousin Janice, my auntie Rose, Natalie, Daniel, and everybody that took a part in helping us with the dogs, watching the house. Appreciate y'all. If you're watching, if you ain't, I appreciate y'all. Um, what a I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Part of me did not want to come back. That's how much I loved it out there. Sister Kara, you said yes, yes. Jet lag, yes. That 9 hour. Let me tell y'all something. What is today? See, for everyone who's saying hello, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I just before I forget this stuff, I want to say it. But we got back at first of all, our flight was delayed because someone left a package in the airport. They left a package when we were in Paris. Someone left there a bag or something. So they just shut the thing down. So we were just sitting and waiting for like an hour or so. And then my mother and father-in-law had the wheelchair, so they were separated from us. So when we finally were able to go in, like we had to run. I mean, we were running in there. I mean, and it was like we had to go all the way to like L48 and we were like at L21. I mean, we had to run. Um I see a lot of questions in here. I'm getting to all of it. Uh but on the way home, because on the way there, we had a layover in Boston for a couple of hours. Y'all saw in the video. But on the way back, it was a straight shot from Paris, uh, which was 10 hours. And y'all know I hate flying. I hate it. And I had like two little bottles of wine, and I was just uneasy. I was uneasy. The seats, the plane was huge. It was really, really comfortable. But it was like a couple of kids on the plane and they were crying, which was whatever. I was like trying to watch a movie. I was just uneasy. And then my damn wife is sitting next to you guys. We didn't even see this in a theater yet. My wife is sitting next to me watching Maverick, Top Gun. I'm like, how? I didn't say nothing about it until we landed. Soon as we landed and it was smooth, I looked at her. I said, "Why are you watching the damn airplane movie on the damn plane?" Oh my goodness, I was just so uneasy because like I will watch a movie and I'll tell y'all which movie, but I had a lot of room. I had a lot of room because the seat me and my wife was sitting by the window. We had two seats and the row and the front of us had 2 seats, and then the row in front of them had 3, and a row behind me had 2. So we were able to like, I was able to turn sideways and have my knees like in the aisleway, and like the carts could still go through because the 2 rows ahead of us had 3 seats, you know what I mean? So I had a little space, but for some reason people were still hitting my knees, waking me up. Now, um, I'll get into how much fun we had. I'm just trying to talk about like the other stuff, but like we got back here yesterday at about 2 something or 3 o'clock. No, sorry. Actually, it was later because when we got picked up from the airport, it was a lot of traffic. So it was like 4 something. And the lady was like, sorry about all the traffic. And we're like, okay, we're from Cali. We already know how it goes. But like I was so out of whack because I never experienced jet lag before. I was so out of whack. We were on Air France, but I was just like, what the hell? Like we got here at 4 something, but I was okay. So we got here, and then we end up like, kind of just chilling for a second. Then we went out to dinner. Cause see, my mother-in-law, um, we have another dog. I'm sorry, but I had never introduced y'all to Chase. Y'all remember how we went to Palm Springs and it was Theo and Callie and Layla? Well, Callie has a brother, and we took him in too. We took his name is Chase, but that's another story. But Callie has a brother, and he's here. He lives with us too. But my mother-in-law also, we got her a dog that we're taking in, and this whole time for like he's been staying with someone, picked him up for us, and he's been staying with that person. So we were supposed to pick him up last night. His name is Cooper. We were supposed to pick him up, but he the person who had him, she worked, get home kind of late and has to wake up early. So I'm saying this to say, my wife, like we went to dinner, and then it was still kind of like weird, like the time, and I was just like tired. But when we came back home, we were just like chilling and stuff, and I end up finally just going to sleep. And my wife got up, her and my mother-in-law, at like 3 a.m. to try to drive back to meet the lady before she went to work to pick the dog up, because my mother and father-in-law and cousin Janice, went home today. So they got the dog or whatever. But when they left in the morning, guys, I got up, I think it was like 5. They got back. When they got back, I end up getting up and doing yard work. I start cleaning out weeds and all this, because this whole time we've been gone, there's been some guys here working on our fence. We've got vinyl fencing, and the guy told us, okay, this is why this is so crazy, you guys. And again, I apologize for not saying hello for everybody that's coming in, but I just got to tell this story. Please let me tell it. So we're getting our fence done, and the fence was supposed to be done before we left. Mind you, I said Callie has a brother. So at our house is 4 dogs, right? And no gate in the backyard. Because the guys who was working on the gate, they tore the gate down. So the whole neighborhood can just see our backyard. Which means if the dogs get out in the backyard, they gone. You see what I mean? And you guys know my cousin Janice, or if you haven't seen my cousin Janice, she walks with a cane. All right. So she can't go running, chasing after them. So again, shout out to her. Shout out to Auntie Rose, because Auntie Rose, Janice's mama, came over here and she was walking the dogs. Natalie and Daniel came over and they were helping, all that. So when the guy told us that, oh, he's like, oh yeah, he should be finished in about 4 days. So we were thinking he was going to be done before we left, and he wasn't, and he's still not. He's still not finished. This whole time we've been gone, the gate is closed, like the backyard part is closed. But you know when you pull up to someone's house and they have a gate, that's the part he still has to finish. So the back is enclosed, like the dogs can go outside and play in the backyard now. But he still has to put the gate in the front, like before you get to while you're walking towards the front door, we supposed to have a gate right there. And he still has to do that. So I got up in the morning because he was trying to charge us money to clean out the debris and stuff. And I was working on that before I left, but we ran out of time. And my trash cans, the yard waste got too full. So I did what I could. But when we came back, I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this. And I just popped up and I just started doing all this yard work. And I cleaned out all this stuff. So when he gets back, he'll be able to just pop all this stuff in. So, yeah, dude had almost 3 weeks. Yeah. You know, I thought he was going to be working with more people, but it's only him and 2 guys. I mean, it's just him and another guy. But it's crazy. Like, I came back and, it had rained out here. So, like, his tools, concrete, all that stuff got wet. He didn't even come. I don't even know what's going on. But we finally talked to him today, and he's supposed to stop by here tomorrow. Oh, I feel like an episode of Homes on Homes, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. But again, hello to everybody. How y'all doing? So, mind you, what time is it? It's 10:22. I just got back about an hour or so ago from the gym. I hadn't worked out there at all as far as weights go. I ain't touched the weight. Now, for those, I don't know who all in here seen the videos. If you're just coming in, you haven't seen all the vlogs I was doing. But let me make sure that's the whole story about the house. Yeah, that's pretty much everything with the house. Again, shout out to everybody who came over and helped out. But buongiorno. And it was crazy too when we left just for that 23 hours to go to Paris, because the whole time, we're saying thank you, we're saying grazie, and then we get to Paris and we're saying it, but in Paris, is shoot, I already forgot how to say thank you. You guys know how it is, how you say it. I know when you say grazie, and then they say frego. But so now, yes, mercy. That's it. So, you guys, I was so excited to get back. When we were out there and we did the St. Peter's and we went up all those stairs, I was like, oh, okay, I see now. I get it. Because I don't care how old you are in Italy, from the age of 18 to 80, boy, them jeans are tight. Oh, those jeans are tight. They are fitted, slim fit. And these dudes, let me tell you, Y'all remember the first day out there, I tried to, oh, let me back up for a minute. The plan was, this was the plan. The plan was to vlog, edit, upload, go live, and talk about it. And for my second channel, I was going to be doing some Mr. Ballin videos out there. The Wi-Fi was horrible. I uploaded a video, you guys. It said, uploading, it said, it'll be ready in 2,000 hours. 2,000 hours, y'all. We even bought the little thing, the little Wi-Fi thing. But I'm telling you, it was so bad. So bad. I did just realize when I got back home, because I tried to use my clippers, the volts out there end up breaking my clippers. It like shift the guard thing to the side. So my clippers are like, they're like weird now, my regular clippers. Now I'm stuck with these European clippers that I can't even use out here. But check this out. The Wi-Fi was horrible. That's why you guys just got videos like back to back to back, because I was at home and I uploaded them like boom, 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 because my Wi-Fi is like top tier out here. But, you know, out there, every video I uploaded took 2 days to upload. Took 2 days. And I seen a comment. I seen a comment where someone has said, you got to take a day out there to just chill with the family without all the gear. And I was like, man, if you look at my videos and you look at my shadow in the videos, all you see is me like this, my shadow like this. This was me the whole time vlogging. Everything y'all saw came from this cell phone, just like this. I was like, gear? I ain't got no gear. It's just a cell phone. I'm just literally like this, using 0.5. 0.5 will record everything, you know? So I actually have a vlogging camera. I have one. I have my cell phone, I have a vlogging camera, and then I have this camera I'm using right now. The problem is sometimes when you're vlogging and you do a video and you go to edit, it goes, where's the sound at? Little mistakes like that happen. I didn't want that to happen. I didn't want that to happen. So I just, you know, wanted to do everything on my cell phone. The issue was I was vlogging so much that when I went to edit, it's like, you don't have any space. And I'm like, damn. So I had to hurry up. I mean, I was waiting for the videos to hurry up and upload so I could have space to edit the next video. But it was taking 2 days. 2 days. But it was just crazy. Once I got to certain cities, the Wi-Fi got a little better. But at one point I was so not mad, but I was just like, dang, because I like to lay down in the bed and edit. But the Wi-Fi was the strongest on the couch, like in the corner. So I was sitting up in the corner editing. But it was all good. It was all good. What else? What else? Because I'm gonna get into everything. But yeah, you know, I told my wife, when we travel, I don't care where we go, just as long as we got some really, really good Wi-Fi. Like, I'm spoiled with the Wi-Fi here because it is so fast. But I just, you know, when we got out there and I tried my first video, I was like, damn. Damn, damn, damn. But all the hosts were really, really cool where we stayed at. One lady when we went to Venice, the lady was an actual, she used to be like a tour guide, so that was cool. But the very, very first day there, when we met up with family members who my mother-in-law hadn't seen in 30 years, that was so cool. And if they're watching, all the lasagna that I ate in Italy, none of the places compared to the lasagna I had at that house. Oh my goodness, that homemade lasagna was incredible. They actually made me a whole tray, an extra tray. Well, made us, but a whole tray to take with us. Oh my goodness. It was so good. So good. That lasagna was amazing. Like, oh, they cooked that with love. But that was a lot of fun. The very first day, and I was trying to get used to how you get the meals brought out to you. I was like, okay, I get it now. I get it now. Um, but out of all the places, I, me personally, I like Rome the best. It might have just been it might have just been where we were. Um, I see a good comment right here that I wanted. Yeah, because I was gonna talk about this too. I'll talk about it now. The white Bruce Lee. A lot of a lot of times when I couldn't pre-record because it was too loud at my house because of the guy doing the fencing. He was out there, so and my dogs were barking. It was just too crazy. It was, because I had thought about that. And I just would have been really, really, really tired because of the editing and stuff. But I do understand that normally is what I would try to do. But I was hoping that the Wi-Fi had been better. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But again, appreciate all y'all who watched every single video I had uploaded. That was a lot of fun. And it's like, because some people be like, man, you're on vacation, just enjoy. And it's like, it's memories. It is. And I never thought I would go to Italy. Not a day in my life. I didn't even want to go. I had no want to go, or no want to really travel like that, because I don't like to fly. I was never a person growing up saying like, oh, I can't wait to go there. Oh, I can't. I never was like that. My wife, they grew up traveling all the time. But me, I had never been on a plane until I met her, so not saying I wasn't excited to go, because I would go anywhere. It's just the whole flying thing for me. So once I got there, you know, I was just in awe. Like, I was like, just seeing the buildings, like, it just, like, because you watch movies, you watch shows, and you see like when they're in Italy, and you be like, Dad, do that stuff really look like that? And you get out there, and you're like, everything you look at is like, every time you look up, it's like, oh, everything, you know, everything. The driving. Oh my God. The driving. The driving was just, to me, out here in LA, we have no excuse for being in car accidents. No damn excuse. Because out there, I didn't see not one accident, but I feel like at least 500 should have happened. But I didn't see one. But 500 should have happened. I'm talking about dudes on bikes, dudes on motorcycles, dudes in vans just cutting people off, zooming by people, and nobody's really getting mad because they are used to it. I'm like, bro, he just cut you off. And he just swerved in front of you on a bike. I'm just like, man. And when you are crossing the street, oh my goodness. Well, if you don't look both ways, I mean, these cars be turning, these buses be coming, and like, you know how like when you cross the street in LA and the time is winding down, nobody really like goes like out there. If you ain't crossed that street before the light change, that goes your Achilles. Oh my goodness, man. I'm telling you, it was just crazy. But like where we were staying at in Rome, you could just hear it. You could hear that. It just sound alive out there. Um, it was really, really, Rome was really, really nice. I liked it a lot. But Florence was the most extravagant and convenient, if I'll say. And I'll forget their names, but let me tell y'all something. This was crazy. The last day in Florence, me and my wife were the last ones out of the room. We were staying in a apartment. There was an Airbnb within the hotel. It was like an apartment inside the hotel. And this place was so nice on the outside. And literally when you walk, y'all seen when I arrived in Florence and it was that carousel. Like it literally, he had all these restaurants right there. Gelato, 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 gelato. It's everywhere. Everywhere you look, it was everywhere. So like a little mall, a restaurant. They had everything you want was just right there, right there, right there. But like the last day there, we were coming out the room and this couple came out the room and she stopped and she was like, oh my God. She said, you're like the most famous dude on YouTube. And I was like, how you doing? When I meet people and they recognize me, I'm more in shock than they are. Because you got to remember, y'all know what I look like. I don't know what y'all look like. So when I meet people and they recognize me, I'll be like, oh, they watch the channel. I forget their names, but shout out to y'all. They were out there vacationing too. And they're actually from Orange County. Like, kind of close by us too. So that was really cool to see, to meet them. But we'll talk about my father-in-law and everything. But Florence was the most convenient. Like I said, everything was like, I mean, we were taking an Uber and we were taking taxis because you guys got to remember my mother and father-in-law, they were doing a lot of walking, but they couldn't do a lot of walking, if you know what I mean. So a lot of times they would sit down when we would go like continue on some places because there was a lot of stairs, a lot of walking up. But when we got to when we were in Rome, I really, really enjoyed it. It seemed more like, it didn't really seem like a tourist spot where we were staying. All the other places did. Rome felt more like I was in LA, to be honest, like in the heart of the city, just because it seemed more like all the places you went were really, really authentic, and some of the other places we went in cities seemed more like the tourist attractions or whatever. I mean, once we went out, when we were in Rome, but we like kind of drove to all the places we needed to go, you could see more of like the tourism and stuff like that. But Rome felt more, I think that's why I liked it. I felt more connected with Rome. That's why I felt like. But Florence was really, really, really convenient, man. And I enjoyed it. Oh, so y'all seen the vlogs. Y'all seen all the food we were eating. Y'all seen all the desserts, all the gelato. Y'all seen all that, right? Guess what? I lost 7 pounds. Y'all, because I seen a lot of people commenting, hey, appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you. We had a lot of fun. I seen a lot of people commenting and just waiting to see how much weight I gained. I lost 7 pounds. I was like 238 when I left. And I got back on that scale yesterday, and it said 231. And you got to realize we were doing so much walking. So much walking. I don't do cardio a lot. I don't, because I got bad knees. Every now and then I'll play basketball at the gym, but once I do, if I play really good at the gym, what I mean by that is like if my team continues to win and I end up playing like 4 or 5 games, I can't play again for like another month because my knees get swollen. Right? So, I was eating so much. You know, I was working out. Remember I told you I lost so much weight. I was working out because I was like, we're going to go to Italy and I'm going to be eating like crazy. I didn't know it was going to be that much walking. I didn't. And it made so much sense looking around at all the men like wearing these slim fit jeans at like 80 years old. Everybody just here's the thing. I'm not saying everybody look like they work out. Like I'm not talking about muscular. There's not nobody out there that look buff. Everybody look like they ride bikes. Everybody looks toned and lean. At 80 years old, people just walking around, they got the little bubble vests on with long sleeve shirts, slim fit jeans, and white shoes. It don't matter how old you dude was like 80 something years old on a bike, just like pedaling, just, you know, even when we were going up, say in St. Peter's, like people like 60, 70, 80 walking up them stairs and laughing and smiling. I'm like, man, so it's just crazy how, like, cause I was like, where's the gym? you know, I was like, where is the damn? Like, I wasn't expecting to see no 24-hour fitness or no LA Fitness or even like a Gold Gym or Fitness Night. I wasn't expecting to see none of that. But I thought I would see some like La Florence Gym Method. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. I thought I would see something. We did end up seeing a gym. I like looked up and I seen people like on the treadmill or whatever. But for the most part, there wasn't like no gyms out there. So everybody who's on the bike, all the people that are walking, that's their workout. That's why I said nobody looked like they lift weights out there. It's just the walking, because when I went to the gym tonight and I was lifting weights, I could see like the definition more in my arms because I've lost so much weight that my muscles are starting to like once I get back in the gym, because remember I haven't touched weights in 18 days. So once I get consistently back in the gym, it's like I'm gonna get so ripped so fast because like my my what do you call it? My body fat percentage is like getting so low. So I'm just saying if the dudes out there would lift weights in a with the combination of all that walking, they would be so ripped. But they be lifting them coffees and boy and them cigarettes. Oh, you cigarettes. Oh, you cigarettes. Yes, the food I forgot who told me, but they were saying something about it's illegal out there to put certain ingredients in the food. And out here, they have all those ingredients that just make you blow up, you know. So yeah, out there the food is just even in a grocery store, everything. I know a lot of stuff in there wasn't like healthy, but it just looked healthy. Everything. It looked like I was in a Trader Joe's when you go into their grocery store or something like that. But it's just the food is just fresh. Like out of all the food we ate, it was only 2 times that it happened where I was kind of like full. But I don't think I ever was in a food coma like I be out here. But out there, like I got full twice. Like, woo. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to dessert, but still probably end up having dessert. But I was drinking coffee only to stay up so I could edit. Cause like I told y'all, the Wi-Fi was so bad that I was just editing videos, getting them ready with the hopes that somewhere, somehow the Wi-Fi would get a little better and I could just pop those videos up. But the pricing for everything, like we could go out to dinner, just the 3 of us, me, my wife, and sister, and dinner could be, I don't know, just a lot. Out here, it was like, out there, we were paying like half, less than half for the food. And you're just like, you get the bill and you're like, that's it? And then you're like, and they don't ask for tips? But we were still, it is so weird to not tip. So weird. But we were just tipping. We had to, just a appreciation. And when you eat out there, it's not fast. Like you got to ask for your check. They don't bring the food out extremely well. Some places did, but it's like they really want you to sit there and really take it all in and like bring your meals out to you slow. But when you're so used to like eating fast and then we started like towards the end, we started to understand it and get it more and be like, okay, the food ain't gonna come out fast. They're gonna bring you this, let you eat, then bring you the next one, stuff like that. But it was just crazy. You said the liquor face I made? Was it the limoncello or that other one that had the raisin? They had raisins in the drink. Oh, and let me tell y'all something else that was funny. It was like 2 or 3 places, I forget, that we went to that Kevin Hart had been there. They had pictures of him on the wall. And I'm like, damn, it almost seemed like we were like Googling where did I didn't even know he was in Italy, but it was like it's almost like we were following all the places he went. When we were in Venice, like that damn the noodles that was in the crab, I was like, what the hell? It was so good. The noodles, everything is just different, man. When someone tell you something, like somebody will tell you something, right? And how people be like, oh, well, I tried to tell them, but He wanted to find out the hard way. This is the opposite. It's like they tell you so you can go and try it to find out the good way. And it's like you got to try it. Like when people say like, oh man, the food in Italy is good, I almost feel like I don't care how much they pump it up, how much they say the food is like great, it's the best or whatever. It's still one of them things where like when you try it, it tastes better than they said it would taste. You know what I mean? Yeah, the raisins in the drink was I forget what it's called, but if you look it up, it's almost like a dessert drink, kind of sort of. It was nothing we ordered. It was like a thing they just brought it out to us, you know. It almost tastes like they put like some I don't know what kind of liquor to compare to it. I don't know, maybe like a Jack Daniels or a Hennessy with some raisins in it. They kind of let the raisins sit in there, so when they bring it out to you, you drink it and it's kind of sweet. I was like, hey, hope they don't do this in a potato salad. But it was Venice. We were, I said it in a video, but we were asleep, and all you heard was like, burn. I was like, I'm laying there, and I'm like, okay, I've watched movies before. I know in Hawaii, when you hear a siren like that, that means like tsunami. So I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, there's no way. Is it flooding? And, out there, it's just, it happens, and there people are used to it. So my wife had got a text from the host saying that, it was one of them things like, yo, it's not like it's flooding. Get out of there. It was like, hey, it's flooding. It's a place that sells boots. If you want to walk and see what it's like. I was like, what? We got up in the morning and you just seen like the whole city just wet, just puddles everywhere. Kids playing I'm like, oh, okay, so everybody's just chilling. Everybody's just chilling, man. Again, shout out to everybody that's coming in saying what's up. Appreciate y'all. But you said it's called grappa? Okay. But I was like tripping out. In Venice, we were only there for 2 days, but Venice was cold. Venice was cold. Like cold. It felt like when I go up north to visit my in-laws, it was cold. And we went to dinner. They found the place and we were walking. And you guys got to remember, when we were going on this trip, the weather was supposed to be one thing, but when we got closer to going, it was something else. So like my luggage, I had a lot of shackets in there. So I had to bring, like, all of us, we had to pack a lot because, I'm 6'5", so my clothes are like big clothes. My stomach is growling if y'all hear something. It sounds like a dog whistling. But my clothes were, I got big clothes. And I didn't really bring like a normal jacket. Like they had like puffy coats, and I didn't even bring nothing like that. I didn't expect it to be that cold. But man, Venice was like I was walking with my camera like this, just shaking. But that's when we end up going to that really good restaurant that had the drink with the raisins in it. Yeah, a shacket is a shirt jacket. Back in the day, all the gang members would wear them. They would call them Pendletons. That's what I feel like they look like. It's like a flannel shirt, but it's thick. It's not thin like a regular shirt. So it fits kind of big on you. Um, but yeah, that's what they're called. And H&M, bless their heart, um, they they had my size. Like at H&M and those things, I wear a 2X. So I was like, please have one, please have one. And then I end up, going to get a long coat. And because I was like, I'm not gonna pack too much, because I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna shop for some stuff. So that's what I was hoping for. And H&M ended up coming through for me. So I was happy about that. Like I don't know if y'all can see this picture of me and my wife and my niece. But though we both are wearing shackets right there. That's a shacket. So it looks like a shirt, but it's thicker. But it was Venice was really cool. It's just when you go to Venice, when you you know, there's no cars there. You know what I mean? No cars. So um it was kind of crazy. Like just taking a water boat or a water taxi. I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, it's just like zigzagging through the water, stopping here, stopping there, stopping here, stopping there. We end up getting an all-day pass, and then we went on the other side of Venice, and it was like ghost town. It's like that side isn't really active. Then we were trying to get used to like the times of day when dinner, because like most restaurants don't start serving dinner to like 7 or 9, and we used to eating like really early, so that's why a lot of times y'all would see us snacking, because we couldn't eat dinner yet because restaurants weren't serving dinner yet. So we always had to make sure we ate breakfast, because we knew it would be a while before dinner. So we eat breakfast, and then sometimes we'll just stop and go and get a croissant. Their croissants are so amazing, with the chocolate or the white chocolate, and we were tearing them things up. I swear, first day there, I was like, oh, I'm about to put on like 15 pounds. That's why I was so shocked. And I felt light every time I ate. Yeah. But it's so much to cover, so much to talk about. That's why I was gonna go live. But I was like, Venice was like yo, any gondola drivers in here? Did y'all see the video of my father-in-law? He didn't want to go. He's like, no, I don't want to go. And we were trying to convince him to get on. Y'all saw that? Now look, let me talk about him real fast, because a lot of people kept saying like he don't look like he's having a good time or this and this. Y'all don't know how funny he is. Y'all don't know how funny he is. He talks to me a lot. We talk about sports, all that. But for the most part, he is pretty quiet, you know. But he is really funny. He's always making funny faces and this. And they always had to tell him to smile in his pictures, because he never really smiles in the pictures. And then when you tell him to smile, it's like over the top. You're like, smile. And he's like, doing something silly. But he had a really, really good time. It was just funny, because he was like, he started to want like sushi and Japanese food, because he was like, he said he was eating so much pasta. So like you seen that part when we went and had like the sushi and all that. We did that because he wanted some sushi. But I could have ate that pasta and all that stuff all day long. But yeah. And we went to the store to do some grocery shopping at the places we stayed like more than 5 days, we would get like stuff like waters and chip and all. I mean, we went to the store and got all this stuff, and I was like, damn, this is cheap. Like, I was like, wow. But yeah, um, my father-in-law he's funny. He's funny. He talks a lot and all that. He just when we're out in public, um, he just be like sightseeing and stuff. You know, they get real excited though when they get to the church. You know, I'll get into that too, but they get real excited when they get to the church. Um, but everything else is just like, because this was their first time there too. So they're just looking around and just like, you know, but he had a lot of fun. I don't know. People were like, because when you're recording and you don't see him smiling, you're not thinking he's having a good time, but he was. He was. It was a lot of walking for them. It was a lot of walking, you know. Um, cause shoot, I forget. I believe they're in their 70s. Yeah. But Venice, Rome was amazing. Florence though, man. Um Being able to see the David stat I, I was like, cuz you see movies and stuff, and I was like, that statue right there, uh the David statue, the Mona Lisa, and the Eiffel Tower, I think those were the ones that kind of got me like dang, I was really like here in Italy and in Paris. Like I was like, dang, like this is crazy. Cause the David statue was just and again, when we were going into these museums and stuff, I didn't know if I could or if I should do any type of recording. But when I got in there, it was just a mass amount of people, and there was nobody being like, you had someone sitting there that worked there, and people were just, taking pictures, taking selfies, video recording, all that type of stuff. And I wanted to do as much recording as I possibly could for the vlog so I can, really tell the story of this trip in Italy and then do all this stuff, not knowing about music. I'm going to add to it, nothing like that. So you guys got to remember, behind the scenes was like crazy when I was editing, like chopping the video, adding transitions. Uh, should I leave the sound? Should I not? Just stuff like that. Cause another thing too that I thought was funny was when, when I'm recording and I'm walking by people, or I'm standing there and I'm recording us and people are speaking Italian in the background, I don't know if they're cussing. I don't know what they're saying. So like whenever that would happen, I would decide, you know what? I'm going to just cut the sound off. Because somebody could say something in the video and I could upload it to YouTube and I can end up getting a strike because it could be like hate speech or just something like that. I didn't know. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to make this like music. I'm going to put music. And I always wanted to go to the middle of somewhere and take that camera and turn it around and do a 360 so you can see the whole area and then go into the place. That was my thing, was to make sure I show the whole area and then little clips. Cause like when we would go inside museums or the churches or something, a lot of places I know it was different in each one, but some of them look very similar. So I was like, I'm not about to record all this, like all of it. And y'all got to remember, I grew up in a Christian church. My wife now grew up Catholic. I grew up in a Christian church, so I didn't know nothing about nothing I was seeing. of course, I knew about the David statue, Mona Lisa, Eiffel Tower, you know, Michael Angelo. I always say his name wrong, and I knew a lot about a lot of the like stuff you should know, like you should, mainly because of movies or like some stuff was mentioned in school, but like everything, I was like, I have no clue, no clue. But my wife and them, they knew. That's why my wife. Hey y'all, hold on. First of all, that's for all the people who helped out at the house. That's for everybody who helped out. Shout out to y'all. And this is for my wife. Because she was the one who made the itinerary, y'all. She made it, and you know, so everything you were seeing, you know, she made that on her itinerary. And a lot of people are saying they want to see it, so when they go, they can follow it. And let me tell you, it's a good one to follow. It is. And I think we did pretty much everything on there, I believe. Because again, you guys got to remember, I don't travel. I didn't know where we were going, what we were seeing, what it was about, why, nothing like that. All I know is when I got there and I seen it, I was like, I understand. I understand. Like when oh, for you, this is for y'all. That is for y'all introducing me to Pink Floyd. For all of y'all who let me know, who asked for a reaction, all y'all. Because when I got to Pompeii, when we got there, y'all got to understand, when we got there, I didn't know what we were walking through until we got to where Pink Floyd performed at. Then we start having the conversation because, like, my wife and them were over here, my mother-in-law, you know, we're kind of together but separate at the same time, and everything kind of looked the same as you're walking through Pompeii. So I'm just like looking, and I'm like, man. And then when we got to the end, appreciate you, Jules. They were like talking about the volcano that destroyed the city. And I'm like, wait, what? So this is why? And that, because I went through one part, I didn't record it, but I seen, and they were talking about the bodies like that they found in the ashes and stuff like that. And they had one of them like in this cell or whatever. And I was like, huh? So that's what happened here? And then I went on YouTube and I watched somebody made a video, and it showed like this video of like the volcano as when it erupted, and just 8 hours later, 4 hours later, just stuff like that, and what happened with the city or whatever. So when we got, and again, it's so much to take in, man, but when we got to the spot where Pink Floyd performed, I was just like, I was so like, y'all know, I put the video, a little short video on Instagram of me walking through there with the music, and I say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just bite the bullet. I'm gonna do it, and I put that little small video on YouTube because I was like, I don't want to do this whole vlog of Pompeii, and then I play Pink Floyd music of me walking in there, and they blocked the whole video. I didn't want to take that chance. That's why I added whatever music I added. But then I decided to just put that little clip. It didn't get blocked. They just claimed that part. And it's funny, too, because out of all the videos I did out there, I think that video is like the first or the second highest viewed video of me, that little minute and something video of me walking through there. But let me tell you something. Just to know that Pink Floyd was there, and when I walked in there, I was like, man. And how you could see the sunlight. my camera on my phone, when you record and you record the sun, it just looks so incredible, man. It looks crazy. But I was just like walking through there and I was like, dang, Pink Floyd was here. And then they had the little area with the little memorabilia. And I was just like, wow. Like, I was like, I reacted to this, to song with them being here. It was kind of like when I met Christopher Cross. I was like, man, I reacted to this music and I just met this dude in person. Or when I met Ambrosia, you know, or when I went to go and see Dead and Company. It's like these reactions are coming to life. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But I was just really tripping out. I was really, really tripping out because I was like, dang. Because I remember, I think I said in the reaction, like, this place looks crazy. Like, you know, but that was really, really, um, I really did feel something walking through there. I was like, dang, man, this is like legendary. This is legendary. You know. So the fact that my wife had that on her itinerary was just, that was great. That was great. Um, Seeing the Coliseum, uh, dudes were outside trying to sell us tickets. They were like, "It's sold out. You got to buy tickets with us," and this and this. And my wife and them, it was they. I was like, "Look, watch out for all the people trying to scam." We were ready, and y'all, it was cool too because, you know, my wife is Filipino, so me being black and me recording, it worked out so good because like when we're walking, I'm like behind them because I wanted to stay behind everybody to watch everybody, but it don't look like I'm with them. And that works to my advantage because anybody try to do something, I can just sneak up on them. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, because like even when we went through museums and like my wife she'd be like, ticket for 5 or whatever. They would, when I came through last, they would look at me like, I'm with them. So that was cool. So that was cool. Um, but it was so much to take in, man. So many just mind blowing. Again, I don't know all the names of the places because, like I said, a lot of the stuff I was seeing, I didn't know what I was seeing. But like my wife had it on the itinerary. Like we went to that library, and I was like, "What is this place?" Like the library was like in Venice that was flooded. I mean, it wasn't flooded when we were there, but like it get it. It was a video playing that showed a dude with like this rain suit on, looking through the books. I mean, just crazy, man. But it was just amazing to see so much good food. Also, too, another reason why I had to put music, I had to edit my videos with music because a lot of times when we were walking around, they were playing music, like somebody was performing, like they were playing like Beethoven. They had like people were out at a restaurant eating and they were playing Beethoven. And I was like, I'll show them, but I'm gonna have to put music over it. I'm gonna have to because they'll definitely block that. You said, did I go to the grotto? Is that at the Boboli? Kenneth? You said Venice is pricey. I did notice that when you are by the water, it is more pricey than when you're not. But it was still cheaper than being out here. You know what I mean? Um, but it was a lot of fun. And when we got to, so we, what was it? Rome, Florence. That, oh my goodness, man. When we saw the David statue, y'all know I had that sandwich. Y'all gotta understand. Everywhere we went. Oh, wait. So for those of you who went or been to Italy, or I don't know if in other countries, but like I felt like I was in the movie Da Vinci Code or something. Cause like it was like these little ladies. They were like short, like really short, maybe like 5 feet 4'11", and they were like they kept asking for money, and they were like kind of hunched over with like they had whatever they had on. They had their hoods on, and I was just like, it just cause like I didn't know it was like 6 of them. So every time I got approached, I got creeped out because I thought it was the same lady, and because they all looked alike, and I was like, how's she getting over here so fast? I was like, what the? How she? And then I realized it was more. I was like, oh my God, it tripped me out. It tripped me out. We were like, hold on now, hold on. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, that when when I saw people eating those sandwiches and struggling to eat them, like I was like, we went to a restaurant and I was like, okay, I think the sandwich is here. And we sat down and I was like, you guys had that sandwich? And the guy was like, no, that's not from here. And I was like, where is it? Everybody was walking around with these big old sandwiches. I'm like, where the hell are y'all getting these from? So I was like, we got to find it. We got to find this sandwich. And when we went to Florence, we found it, and it was actually down this like street, and they had 3 shops. They had 3 stores. And I was like looking at them make it, and I was like, man. And I had like, it was like prosciutto and uh I forgot what else they put on it, but man, oh, the sandwich was so good. It was fulfilling, but I still wasn't like overly like exhausted. It was very fulfilling, but I wasn't like, you know, it was so good though. That day, I'm trying to figure out what my favorite day. I think my favorite day was when we met up with my family. So our cousin JD, my wife and my cousin JD, and his wife Taya and their daughter Piper. So the lady that you seen in the video, Auntie Nene, that's my father-in-law's mother. I mean, father-in-law's sister, sorry. And JD is her son. And she was visiting someone in Germany, and then she went to go see him. They stay in Austria. So he said that it cost him from Austria to Milan a $30 to flight. It was just like 30 something dollars to fly. So we met up with them because they had never been to Lake Como. So we ended up going there. And we were gonna like that was the morning. So the way my wife had it on her itinerary was that in the morning we were going to go and see the Last Supper. You know, the photo in there. So we did that, and we were like hustling on time, like we were trying to hurry up. Because you know, when you're trying to call an Uber or a taxi and they're 5 minutes away, and you got to go and you got to hope you're not in little traffic or whatever. But we got there in time, you know, and went on the little tour. It was a quick tour. Most of the times you're standing there and as they're talking, you know, and you're looking at the picture or whatever. But after that, we had, uh, to meet up, um, to meet up with them. I forgot what else we did that day before. Y'all seen the video or check it out. Um, so when we met up with them and decided to go to the lake, I didn't know exactly what we were doing. Like, I didn't know if we were doing a boat tour or whatever we were doing. But when we did that, I was just like, oh man, this is crazy. Like, just seeing all that. And we decided to just stay on and just go to all the stops, but just stay on the boat instead of getting off, just because we didn't have enough time, because we had to take the train there and then get back. Um, and because my wife wanted to see, she also had the Ark and the castle on the itinerary. So we were trying to get there and then meet back up, because JD them hadn't even checked into their hotel yet. So we met back up with them to go for dinner. And that's when you seen what, man, that place we went to. It was a family restaurant. All the guys in there looked alike. You can tell it was like the son, the brother, the uncle, they all looked alike. But that food was really, really good. Really, really good. That might have been my favorite day. Um, and then y'all know we did that video. We went to the mall Firenze. I think that's what it's called, where they have, it's like the luxury discount. Like out here, if you're in Cali, you most of you will know about Cabazon, where they have all the outlets and stuff. You know, over there it's like discount on top of a discount. And my wife, she wanted to get this it was like this Gucci Mickey Mouse backpack, because I believe she got a wallet from when we were in Cabazon, but they didn't have the backpack in Cabazon. So you get a discount on top of a discount, and then it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But that was really, really cool to see. You know, you take a bus there, and then we went to the winery. Oh man, just going there was crazy. Like seeing, just going up and up. And I'm like, again, that bus driver, man, this dude was driving on this road. And when you see he's going by on a bus, another bus coming by, I'm like, woo, Lord have mercy. And I'm sitting up there by the window, and we're just like up, up. I ain't never seen a bus go up that high. Oh man, but those wineries were really cool. Um, they end up buying some like truffle oils and stuff, because that's what they let us try with the wine. And the wine was really, really, the wine was really, really good. I'm not a wine drinker like that. I'll drink it, but y'all know I like my gin and juice. Um but yeah, the gondola ride, that was, like I said, for one of our anniversaries, me and my wife's, I forget which one, but we went to Newport Beach and did the gondola ride. And I thought it was incredible. I was like, man, this is cool. It's so romantic. But man, you get out there in Venice and it's like a whole nother ball game. And I was looking, I was like, man, like these dudes, they don't get tired. Cause they, like, we're going around corners, and it's like, I'm talking about, they are hugging these corners, not even hitting, but they're like, I'm like, these dudes are so skilled. And then we end up looking it up. Gondola ride, gondola drivers they're one of the most highest paid in Italy. I don't know if it was just in Venice or Italy, but it's like 150 a year, 150,000 a year that those guys make, and I see why. Because I'm like, you're in charge of all these people. Because I'm looking as he's turning, I'm recording, but I'm looking, I'm giving him this look. I got my sunglasses on. I'm like, look, bro. I was expecting like some type of like, hey, your life vests are under the seat, this and this and that and that. It was none of that. And I'm looking at him because y'all got to remember the city was flooded. We got a warning for a flood. So that water was like, you know, as we're on the gondola ride, that water is just so this dude is driving, he's smiling and he's just, and then we seen another one, the dude was playing a guitar and a girl was standing on it singing for these people. She was on the thing singing. And I'm like, you ain't worried about falling? Like, what the hell? Are your feet cemented in the thing? How you doing that? But yeah, those dudes, yeah, they do a really, 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 really good job. Uh Man. Um, what else? What else? Taking the trains was pretty crazy, like those bullet trains. That was pretty crazy. To just because let me backtrack a little bit. A lot of people were saying like Naples. Some people were saying Naples will remind you of LA the most. And people would always say like they would say, be careful when you go to Naples. Naples, I definitely like it felt like I was in LA. But at the same time, it was so many people there. It was so many people. And boy, we were trying to find a certain pizza spot, but we didn't have enough. Everything we were doing, we would do, but then somehow we would end up running short on time. So because the driver, you know, was the one who we had like this guy drive us like all day, and when he took us to where all the limoncello is, I forget the place where we all seen a video where I was like recording us at the top and you could see the water with everything, um but uh I forgot the name of the city. But when we went there, we had a driver taking us to all these spots, and we were trying to get to Naples, and he was like, I don't know if you guys gonna make it, but he ended up taking us there to get when we got pizza, and it was crowded, man. It was crowded there, but we made it. We made it. Appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, man. Um, and we had that whole. It was a like a 23-hour layover in Paris. So my wife was like, we got to get to the Mona Lisa and we got to get to the Eiffel Tower. So we ended up going to the Louvre and to the Eiffel Tower. And I was trying my hardest to make it there in the daytime to see it and then record it at night. But wasn't able to make it, but it's all good. We got there at night. Uh and then seeing the Mona Lisa was crazy. Like I was like, man. What I was trying to do was show y'all my vision or what was going through my head when I was looking at stuff. That's how I was trying to record. Like when I would stay back and just kind of look, cuz my whole thing is when I go into museums and there's art like that, I stand to the back cuz I don't want to block anyone's view or whatever. Appreciate you, Matt. Is it Matt in Chicago? Appreciate you. I didn't want to block anyone's view, so I stayed to the back and I was like, I'm gonna just zoom in. But that's how I felt looking at it, like the picture was coming towards me or whatever. You know, growing up, of course, you see the Mona Lisa like in movies or you hear about it, but like to actually be there is like, yeah, yeah. definitely, definitely something that was. It's like you don't know until you see it. You don't know how you're gonna feel until you see something. Appreciate you, Jason. Thank you, man. Yeah, my wife, sister Kimberlini, she really, really did a good job with this itinerary. I didn't I was happy about all the walking. I was, because like I said, I didn't know where we were staying and if there was going to be a gym there, but we were basically staying in the Airbnbs. Yeah, I've been to the Getty before. So uh when we would when we would get to certain places, I was like, "Oh, we about to do a lot of walking." I said, "Okay, I'm gonna take advantage of these steps, these stairs, all that, because I know we about to eat, so I'm about to balance it out." So when I got back and it said that I lost weight, I was kind of shocked. I thought I would stay the same or maybe gain a pound or two, but to lose 7, I was definitely happy because I'm trying to get down to like 220 and then just put on muscle from there. But where else did we go? Yeah, Milan was, again, when we found out that the our cousins hadn't been to the Lake Como, that was an easy decision because we were talking to the driver, one of the Uber drivers, and he was talking about, you got to take the train. I mean, a train, and then you do the boat. And he was like, we were gonna do, because I seen somebody comment, and the thing is, we were gonna try to do the Bellagio, but it would have took up too much time because we had to get back to go to the castle and stuff like that. But we were very happy with everything that we seen. Like my wife was like very, very happy that we were able to see everything we did. And me, not knowing what I'm going to see. So to me it was like a movie, right? You know how people read books and then they watch the movie, so they know what to expect, they know what to compare it to, and it's easier for them to like critique because they have something. For me, it was just I just went in there open minded, like, okay, we about to see this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like seeing, you know, the Lemon House. I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know like the Neptune statue was there. I didn't know that, you know. So getting there, I'm like, wow, just seeing everything. It was just crazy. Like just to be there in the whole. Like I said, I did not, I did not want to come back. I didn't. I kept talking out there about I need to find me a real estate agent and I need to find me something small to start off with until I get situated. Because I was just thinking about LA. Like I hadn't seen the news. We weren't really watching TV. I just was like, uh, in some spots we would watch like Netflix and I would be watching Friends while I'm editing and stuff like that. But we didn't really watch TV. Um, my wife would just be like, she saw something, she came across like some people that like passed away, like the what's his name, the Carter brother and uh um um Takeoff from the Migos, and I was like, what the, appreciate you. I can't pronounce your name right. The Sisustiti. CHER. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Did I pick up any old coins? My wife and mother in law and my father, they got stuff. They got stuff. They got like a lot of souvenirs and stuff like that. Um, I didn't really go out there to like buy nothing. Or even I didn't even go out there to get any like souvenirs. Honestly, I went out there to see it, to record it, and like my wife haven't even watched the videos yet. She says she wants to sit down and watch, day one all the way through. That's what she's gonna do. Yeah, I just you see, yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis, yeah. So I was just like, dang, but again, only thing I didn't like, only thing was just the cigarettes in the restaurant. That's it. If I could change one thing, if they said, Jamel, if you could if you could change one thing about Italy, what would it be? I would say people can smoke. I don't mind people smoking. It's just when you're in a restaurant and out there, that man, they blow that smoke different. They be like, we were sitting. Oh, I guess it didn't matter because you had like everybody smoking, but like we were sitting behind someone and they would smoke like, and when they would blow the smoke, they would turn their lip and they would just like do a snake, like a snake, a smoke snake come out of their mouth. And as soon as I would go to bite my pizza, I would like, and the smoke go right in your mouth. That's the only thing. The only thing. Like I said, I grew up with people smoking. When it wasn't cigarettes, boy, it was some stronger stuff. But I'm just saying, like in a restaurant setting, I was just like, oh man, it's like I almost wanted to take a cigarette and just sit there with it, just like, you know, that was it. But other than that, like everything was it. It was just to know you can like pretty much eat what you. When I went to McDonald's, y'all, McDonald's got chicken wings. I didn't get them because I saw that chicken Big Mac, and I was like, no, 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 ain't no way, ain't no damn way. They got a chicken Big Mac. I was like, come on, man, you gotta be kidding me. Because I seen somebody say, bro, all this food out here, you eating at McDonald's. I said, I had to do it. I had to. It was a couple of times, like y'all seen in the videos, a couple of times I got burger. Their burgers are even different because they ain't got those ingredients. But the chicken Big Mac was all right. It was pretty much like a big old chicken nugget. Instead of the little small one, it's like they took a big piece and put it on there. I just had to try it. I had to. But just being able to order on a little machine, like all of that was cool. Their coffee, man. Oh my goodness. That stuff, they give you these little cups, but that stuff be strong. Like I was going out there, like I wasn't trying to fit in with I wasn't trying to act like I was Italian. I was just trying to appreciate the culture out there. You know? I was just looking around like it really I got motivated because I was like, man, these people, it's people out there, you can tell they probably in their 80s and they're just walking around just like, like they in their early 30s. Just walk and everybody's just dressed so nice, man. And then you go to LA and dudes literally got their pants sagging to the middle of the back of their thighs. And out there, they pants are up at their waist, above their waist, pants fitted. You know, everybody out there. e- the number one shocking thing for me out there, number one by far, was the amount of women that were just walking alone at night. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on. Because, we were going everywhere. A lot of times it would just be the three of us and the parents would stay. But like when we were, like I said, in Florence, it was so convenient. Our hotel was like literally like steps away from all this food and everything. So we would like be like, yo, let's go get dessert. But we would kind of just, you know, get lost in the city a little bit. And you would just see women just walking and walking, just by themselves, of all ages, young, old. I was just like, and they didn't want it wasn't like the Jamie Lee Curtis walk where you walking and looking behind and then you trip and fall and stuff. They were just walking, like getting to where they gotta go. And the guys out there don't look like, what's a good word to use? The guys don't look like savages out there. Again, I'm not saying that nothing happens. I'm just saying from what I've seen, from what I've seen out there versus what I've seen, the guys look like they honor the women out there. You know, like in LA, if a woman is getting like bothered, it's like it might be another guy that might help the guy bother her. Versus out there, it's like the guys would be quick to their defense. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I get. That's the vibe I get. And I know I understand the reason. It's like I understand why, because like Italians are like really family, like they're all about family. And when I reacted to that one comedian, that Sebastian Maniscalco, I forgot his name, but he talked about family. And Italian men are like mama's boys. So they really, really respect women. I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the ones I seen, you know, um, I was just like, wow. That was just shocking to me because like I was like, I ain't never seen nobody just walk around like that. Like, I mean, you barely could be a guy walking by yourself in LA, you know? But but yeah, it was I don't know what's gonna top that trip. I mean, I've been to New Orleans. We went to Hawaii for our honeymoon. Uh been to the Dominican Republic. Yeah, because I had read someone was saying you finally face your flying fears. I was like, I've been on a plane before. It's just that I don't like it. I don't. I don't. Let me tell y'all something. The flight back home was horrible. Horrible. Because it wasn't the kids, no, like it was a kid behind us that was crying. It wasn't so much that, it's just the fact that, and I had a lot of leg room. I just could not stop looking at the clock. And I would look and I would feel like, okay, I would just sleep for 5 hours, but it was only 30 minutes. So I'm looking, I'm like, damn, we still on this plane, man, because it was 10 hours. I'm like, we still on this plane. So right now, I'm going to give y'all my reaction to the Elvis movie because that's the movie I watched on the plane. And oh my goodness, that dude embodied his spirit. I forget the brother's name, but my goodness, man, that movie was like they did it was like, it wasn't what I was expecting, but it was still really good. I thought I I just wasn't expecting like some of the music, like the beats, like when it's like they added like a hip hop beat to certain parts, especially when he would go to see BB King and stuff like that. But I was just like, oh, they did a really good job, especially when they the parts where he was performing, like Suspicious Minds. I was like, oh, he looks just like the video I seen when I reacted to it. I was like, hold on, man. When he kept on that, and just seeing the behind the scenes stuff, and the whole Christmas special, and he made it his comeback special. Elvis the Pelv, they couldn't. That was crazy. Uh, yeah, that movie was real. I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch it all the way through because I was trying to sleep. I said I'm gonna watch it and let's see if I can like kind of like, because I was tired. I was really really tired. So I would like watch it to see how long I could stay up, and then I would stop it and they're like, okay, I'm getting sleepy, and I would sleep. Every time I would sleep, it was only for like 15 to 30 minutes when I thought it was like hours. So I wake back up and I'm looking, I'm like, oh no. Like, oh no. You said a lot of odd Elvis. The new movie, the newest Elvis movie. Y'all know which one I'm talking about, right? That new one with the young kid playing him. But I enjoyed it, especially the performances, because he really he even did the mic thing from the Polk Salad Annie. He even put the mic in his mouth. I was like, oh, he even went there. That was crazy. I really enjoyed it though. It wasn't like some of the editing parts. I was like, it seemed a little modernized. Uh, Tom Hanks did a good job. Uh, yeah, yeah. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Um, but yeah, that I would say, if you're a fan of Elvis, to go check it out, for sure, because that kid did a great job, like with the dancing and all that stuff, man. Um, yeah, like I said, I had a lot of leg room on the flight. They fed us. The flight was cool. I think what it was when we were leaving. First of all, we brought our carry-ons. We checked in our luggage. So our luggage, because it was a connecting flight. Remember, we were in Italy and we had a connecting flight. So we had a layover in Paris. So our luggage was already gone. We had our carry-ons that we brought into Paris. But when we were leaving Paris, when we brought our carry-ons from Milan to Paris, when we were leaving Paris, they were telling us we can't bring our carry-ons because of the weight. Like they said, only supposed to be 12 pounds, and I'm like, how y'all let us bring it in, but now we can't bring it out? So we had to check it in or whatever, and that's all like your personal stuff, you know. I was just like, oh my goodness. So when that happened, then we went, you know, in line, and then it was that whole somebody left a bag, so we had to wait like an hour and a half just standing there. And then we finally got on the plane after we had to run to it. Me and my wife, we had to run. So if you take all that into consideration, and then you finally get on the plane and they're like, all right, we got 10 hours, you know, and our flight was at 10 o'clock. I mean, our flight was at 9:30 in the morning. And we got we got to LA at like 1 something. So just dealing with that whole time change, like I said, I hadn't experienced jet lag, and I just like popped up in the morning and started doing yard work. Like I was just like kind of like, what the, like, why am I up right now? I think it's still gonna be like one more day. That's why I went to the gym. I went to the gym to try to brainstorm. I was like, am I ready to start doing reactions again? Because I was like, my mind is just kind of like still dealing with, like, I just was in Italy, you know, Air Francis, I said Francis, Air France. Yeah, that sitting on a plane was like, I honestly, I started to get uncomfortable when I saw we had like, it was like 5 hours and 50 some minutes left. When in my mind, I felt like we should have been there already, because it started to feel long after that. And then I was like, okay. I started to get uneasy, like, man, like, you know, so many thoughts start to run through your head, and I'm just like, I gotta get off this plane. So that's why I kept trying to go back to sleep, but that wasn't working, because it was like a child, like, and then the landing, oh, out of all the planes I ever been on, this was the worst landing ever, because it's like we were landing with like turbulence. Like, so it was like going and dropping and shaking and dropping and shaking and doing like this. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And I kept looking out the window, like, how high are we? How high are we? Like, I'm like, man, get this plane lower, get it lower. And when we finally like got low and you feel the wheels touch, it was like, and I looked at my wife like, why was you watching Top Gun? Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. Um, the beds over there were pretty good size. My wife made sure that, like, when we were in Paris, that's when it got kind of like weird, cuz like we were in a hotel and we had our room, and then there was like a connecting door, and then it was my sister room, and then my in-laws were on the second, we were on the third floor, they were on the second floor. But, you know, we got in pretty late and we had to get up early again because the driver was coming. Because he was telling us, like, you want to get to the airport fast because it was supposed to be some type of strike or something happening. So he was trying to avoid all that. And, you know, when you're flying international, you got to get there early. And good thing we did. Well, I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered anyway because we ended up waiting an hour and a half. But the beds in all the places we stayed were big and comfortable. I had no issue sleeping at all. Um, it's just I was wanting I could have stayed out there for another 3 weeks, but again, we have our dogs and the fence guy. We're still trying to get our fence done and just all that type of stuff. So, um, yeah, but I definitely could see myself living out there for sure because it's just really easy, simple life out there. Um, you get your gelato, get your coffee, get your pasta, and then you go home. Yeah, it really. You said, do you think I might have been shadow banned, which is why your views drop? I don't know. Honestly, I feel like people are going to watch what they want to watch. Um, and I just think because I'm not a trendy reactor. I'll say that. I'm not a trendy reactor. I don't react to a lot of stuff that's trending. I might react to it, but I don't react to it like right away. You know, sometimes when stuff come out, people just jump right on it. You know, I just I'm a married man. I got like a normal life. I like to get out the house and do things. So I know like my whole life isn't YouTube. I do like to do other things. I just felt like going on this trip and vlogging it was really, really important because it is memories. And it's a lot of people who probably will never go to Italy ever, may never get the chance to go. So I wanted to do the best I could as in recording it to make y'all feel like y'all were there too. And it was just with my cell phone, you know, just with my cell phone. I didn't have like a whole lighting thing, nothing like that, just with my cell phone. I even heard somebody behind me as I was recording. There was like someone said, like, good thing he's tall. Look at that. Because they were looking at my camera as I was like walking forward to something. They could see how I was recording. And I was just over everybody's head. But that's what I wanted to do. So I'm glad I did it. Um, did I expect my vlog videos to get a little more attention? Maybe. I honestly don't know. But I was having so much fun and seeing all this great history that I was like, look, man, I'm just going to put these videos up here and whoever wants to see them will see them. And if they don't, they won't. But they're there for people to watch. Ain't nobody got to pay nothing. I didn't put them on no Patreon or nothing like that. They're just up for people to watch. Free to the public eye. You know, it don't cost nothing to watch them, but just a little time. So again, I appreciate y'all watching those videos. It felt really good when I would edit and get the video up. And I was like texting them all to my mother-in-law and she would send them to family and everybody's watching and is. So thank y'all for those of you who did. Because I know some people will make them like exclusive. Like if you want to see these, you got to pay a such and such. And trust me, every video I did, every video I did took me over probably about 3 to 4 hours to edit each video. And I was editing videos like I would be on a train ride And, if it's at night on the train, and there's nothing to see out the window, I would, edit as much as I could then. I had my headphones with me. I would just be sitting there editing. We get back to the room, everybody go to sleep. I'll be up editing. So that's why I was talking about the Wi-Fi not being good. Cause like it's one thing to edit the videos, it's another thing to upload the video. The editing process takes a little while, only because I'm just trying to take my time, do it right, make sure I got the cutoffs and transitions where I want them, the music where I want it to stop and end, and all that type of stuff. But once I go to upload it to YouTube and they're like, your video will be done in 2,000 hours. I'm like, okay, all right. So, yeah. So you'll be getting day 2 on day 7. That type of stuff. But yeah. You said, does my US phone work in Italy? I didn't have to. I think we had to, do something, but nothing crazy. So I think, yeah, it's fine. It's just like when you go to these Airbnbs and they have the Wi-Fi and a password right there and you log in, um like I can go, let's say I go on Instagram. I'm like, okay, it's fine, everything cool. Uh I go on YouTube to watch a video. Oh, everything's cool. Everything's fine. Go on Netflix to watch something. Everything cool. Everything fine. But when you trying to upload something, it's a whole different animal. A whole different animal. It's just like so slow. Like I would wake up I would upload a video and I would go to sleep. And I wake up in the morning and it'd be like the video still has uh like 21 hours to go. And I'm like, oh, all right, on to the next one. So yeah. Yep, 2,000 hours. That's 3. Yep, yeah, 3 years. But like I said, I will go to certain Airbnbs and the Wi-Fi would get better. Like at one house, I was able to upload 3. I had to edit real fast though, and to get them up. I didn't post them right away, but they were ready to post. All I had to do was hit public. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. I definitely would go back. We were talking about. She said she would want to. They said they would want to stay in Milan longer, and I know they want to go to Spain too. So I don't know where the next adventure will be or when it will be, but it was a lot of fun. I just gotta get back into the like reaction mode. You know what I mean? I feel like I got a little jet lag. I wanted to go to the gym to like clear my head. Like, all right, you home. Get back to your normal routine with the working out. Um, but like to sit down here and like, get to the reaction, especially music, man. Especially music. It's gonna be very, very difficult just because like having recorded pretty much uploaded like 16, 17 videos and not worrying about no type of copyright blocking or nothing. And then to come back to music and be like, boom, welcome back. you know? So I don't know what I'm going to be uploading next. I know I wanted to come here, talk about the trip, because I know a long time ago I said I was going to watch the Elvis movie. talk about the Elvis movie. Uh, you know, it was a lot of fun though. It was a lot of fun. Um, Sorry that I'm not like reading a lot of the comments in here. I just wanted to kind of just talk about, you know, the experience, the train rides, and the Uber out there, man. They like fancy. I'm like, damn, all y'all do is pull up in these Mercedes vans. What the hell? And they got to dress up, all that. Oh, here we go. I'm glad I didn't forget. Oh, I'm glad I just remembered. So let me talk about my brothers out there. When I say my brothers, I'm talking about my black brothers out there. Boy, they are aggressive. I mean, my goodness. We were at, where did we go? What was I wearing that day? Shoot. I forgot. But man, they think they slick. They think they slick. So, one thing that you can't deny is a fist pump. I mean, not a fist pump, the fist dab. So what they do, let me just let y'all know this. If you ever go to Italy, I don't know if they do it in other countries, but if you ever go to Italy and you see black people out there selling stuff, try to stay away as much as you can. Cause they like if you have no interest in buying nothing, try to stay away as much as you can. Cause once you talk to them, you will end up buying something. I didn't, but they probably will get you. This is how they do it, especially seeing me being black. All right. Do my imitation right here, my impersonation. You ready? They go like this. So I'm coming out of the area, and then there's like a little snack bar. And then we're getting ready to walk to this other area. My mother and father-in-law are going to sit down. So it's just me, my wife, and sister. We're walking. And when they see me, they face light up. And I forgot, but like a lot of them come from like Africa. Like they have the accent and everything. And I'm walking because I believe my mother-in-law said something about them taking refugee or something. They came there, but they're all out there selling stuff, and they see me, and they walk up to you with their fists out. My brother, where are you from? Where are you from, my brother? And when they do this, like I'm walking and I have my hands in my pocket, and I'm like, do I take my hand out to do this? I was like, okay, let me see. Let me see. Took my hand out. I'm like, I'm from California. It's like, you're just like me, brother. You know why? I said, huh? He said, because you are black. That silence right there really happened. It was awkward silence like that. They took the fist out and said, my brother, where are you from? I'm like, California. You're just like me, brother. You know why? Because you are black. Here I am thinking he's from California. That's why he's saying that. It's obvious that we both are black. But boy, he put that CK on the end because you are black. And he just stopped. And he's staring at me, and I'm staring at him. He's staring at me. I'm staring at him. And then he pulls this bracelet out. And he's like, or the bracelet, he has them in his hand. He's like, my brother, this is for you. And he's smiling. This is for you, my brother. And I didn't take it. And he tosses it to me. He goes, here, my brother, here, take it. And I let it hit the floor. Because I know as soon as I take it, he's going to come with, okay, so I have, he's going to come with that. A whole story about selling the other ones to me. And I was right. I didn't take it. I let him pick it up. And I kept going. But every black person I walked past that was selling stuff to people had that same format. They give you one. Once you take it, they're going to try to sell you 10. He said, because you are black. I was like, so when we went to this other museum and then we came back to get my mother and father-in-law so we could go walk past them again because they were sitting at the snack bar. We went back to get them and I was just walking fast, ignoring them, Got my parents, went to go cross the street to get to the Uber. I told my mother-in-law, I said, look, they're going to try to sell you some stuff. Just keep walking. Don't say nothing. And she was like, okay. And another one who hadn't seen me saw me. And again, they were just trying to, he said, my brother, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm like trying to talk and point like I already talked to him, California. I'm like, I don't want any of these bracelets, man, because I know you about to sell me 10. And then we were waiting for the taxi, and this dude, he was selling to this white couple. And I just seen the white dude pull out like all this money. And it's him and his girlfriend right here. And the black dude is right here looking at him. He's like, how much did you say? And I was like, oh, he got you. Because he's just like, and he was just watching him like this. This is the dude counting his money. This is the dude watching him. Because he was about to buy it. And I was like, man, they are aggressive with their selling technique. I was like, man, especially when they see me, because it's like they're expecting me to. I was like, look, man, all I brought was a shacket. All right. Oh. Whew, that was you said you have a friend, you know. You wanted to say you're richer but not better. Yeah, I just know, like, I mean, everywhere. We even were, when we went to where were we at? Was it Milan? Yeah, when we got to Milan, we were walking that first night in Milan, you guys. When I was recording, I said, my wife and sister are here, my parents are over there. Because my father, every place we went, he wanted a hat and a t-shirt from wherever we went. You know, so he got one in Rome. He got a Rome hat, Florence hat, wherever. And when we met up with them, they were talking to this guy. It was an Indian guy out there. Like, mainly all of the guys out there selling stuff, they were like Indian guys, right? And then all of a sudden, this white dude showed up at the table. And I needed a black beanie, and my sister wanted one too. So we're about to get these black beanies. And then the guy goes, no, 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 no. He goes, police, police. It was like, I don't know what happened to the guy there, but then there was a white guy there and he was police. And everything on that table was on the sheet. He folded that sheet, like grabbed it like Santa Claus. And he took like, it was like a sting operation. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? I was like, what the? That was crazy. So they like shut the whole, and then everybody, like you can see all the people out there trying to sell stuff kind of was like giving the word like, yo, 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 they coming, they coming. I was like, whoa. I was like, we supposed to be in Milan, the whole fashion capital. I'm like, this is what's going on. You know, we did wish we had more time out there though. Cause you are black. I'm gonna say that to my little brothers. That was just, you gotta be more aggressive with the no than they are when they're trying to sell you stuff. Like, it's cool to buy souvenirs and stuff like that. It is to buy stuff, you know, and everybody's just trying to make a living. I understand that. But like, sometimes people don't understand no. You know what I mean? Like, if I say no thank you, that's it. End the conversation. You know, don't be like trying to use the fact that we the same color. No. And then that awkward, it was so, y'all don't understand how awkward it was. Mind you, I'm recording. So like, I put my phone away when I walked towards them or whatever, because I didn't even want to like have the phone recording and then stop and like have to put it away, nothing like that. Then you know, you got to watch out for people trying to pick your pockets. Like, we had nothing in our pockets, nothing. If I put my phone or something in my pocket, it was in my front pocket. But I had everything in my backpack inside a zipper, you know, and I was walking behind everybody, just watching them or whatever, you know, because I was like, my wife, she had our passport. She had her backpack on. My father had a sling bag with his hoodie over the top of it. None of that was about to happen at all, you know. But you never know. Like, even when he threw the bracelet, I was like, damn. Let's just say, for instance, he was like a professional pickpocketer and I had my wallet in my back pocket and he threw the bracelet and I like bent down to get it and he's like kind of make contact. You know how they bump your body and then they take your wallet? If I had my wallet and he wanted to take it, he could have. You know, that's the type of stuff. That's why I'm not stopping to talk to nobody. Like, nah, bruh, I'm good. I understand that we both are black, but I do not want to buy this damn friendship bracelet. I don't. But I loved it out there, man. I loved it out there. It was just really, really, really. The culture shock was coming back here, not going there. When I got there, I was just like, oh, I love it. Like, when I first got there, I was like, oh yeah. Because we were in Rome. You know, it was like LA but safer. You know, I'm like, damn, it's all this food. It's so easy to get to. I'm like, damn, it's just all this stuff. Like, and where we were staying at in Rome was like a 5-10 minute, like a 10-minute walk to like this little outdoor mall area. So I'm like, oh yeah, if we need to go grab something, we just go there. Boom. We just go there. Boom. You know. So all of that was just like, that's why I had like Rome a lot. But Venice was really really cool. Just really, it was just too cold, just too cold. Oh, that because we didn't have jackets like that. That's why you see my mother-in-law in the next video. She had a bigger jacket. We didn't know it was gonna be freezing cold like that. Um, like they had a water bus, but a water taxi will take you directly to you where you need to go versus the bus stopping just like a bus stop at these different stops. Um, I wish I could talk more about the churches and cathedrals and all, but again, I didn't grow up Catholic, so I don't know too much about nothing I was seeing. My wife would tell me afterwards and stuff like that, but that was a lot of the stuff that they wanted to see, you know. But when, like I said, when I seen it, I was just like, wow. Like when you go inside, like when we went to the Vatican, and I'm just out there, and they're like, oh, that's the Pope right there. I'm like, huh? Like right there? Oh, I gotta talk about it. I gotta talk about it. Some of the I'll say this: the old ladies out there that we experience, oh, they are, boy, they don't. They cut. They cut in line, y'all, and they do it with no shame. We were walking in, and it was a family in front of us that had someone in a wheelchair. And then out of nowhere, you had like six, it was like two older men and like four older women. They just came out of nowhere to the left and like cut in front of us, like la 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 la. And we kind of look, and you know, me, I'm all about love and stuff, but boy, some of these old women, I was looking at them like, look here, we all going to the same place. All right, y'all over here, they just cut about 30,000 people, and they give you this look like, yeah, we about to cut you too. My sister wasn't having it. She wasn't having it. You know the whole thing they say, respect your elders. It was happening to us too much. They just kept. Matter of fact, when we went to see the Mona Lisa, these four women went under like the rope and cut in front of all these people, and security stopped them. They was like, no, 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 you gotta, the line start back there or whatever, you know. But I was just like out there, and they're like, that's the Pope right there. And I'm like, that was just crazy to see. Um, just so many people outside. Um, it was let me see. Yeah. I yeah. Yeah, the area, the one where I say like Rome was like LA but safer. I'm just talking about the actual area we were staying in. I felt like I was in downtown LA or something. Not like tall buildings or nothing like that. It was just like just the noise. You know what I mean? Because it was a lot of traffic right there. It was like a busy, bah, 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 motorcycle like that. But like you just walking up and down the street and you see women just by themselves just walking. And I'm like, man, because we were walking at night, and because they was like, yo, we're meeting up with some family members uh that were in the first video, and we were walking to the restaurant. They're like, it's over here around the corner, and we just like walking and walking. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah. I know it's gonna be colder in Venice. I guess we didn't expect it to be like I'm used to the cold weather because, like I say, when we go up north to the Bay Area, but I just didn't expect it to be like chill. Like I knew it would be cold, but it was like freezing. I was just like, woo wee. And we didn't have jackets, you know, because everywhere we had been, I would wear like a long sleeve or something and I'd be cool. But I was just like, man. And we were only there for 2 days, but the host was really nice because, like I said, she used to be like a tour guide. So yeah, it was cool. And let me tell y'all something. We had so much luggage, and you got to remember when we were doing these train rides. So when we get on the train, you know, I was lifting all the heavy stuff. Like I'm like, y'all get on, and I'm gonna hand it to y'all. Like, ready, go. And they get on the train. And I'm like, go, go, go. And then when you got to make sure you put it kind of close to where you're sitting. I got to watch the door every time we get at a train stop. I'm watching the door, making sure nobody taking our luggage. And then when we get off, I'm like, go. Now you got to take it all down. Then you got to put it all together, and then get up out of there. Get to that. That was the most like working out I did as far as lifting was like, because I would be like, oh, my back, and then I'm carrying my backpack. I didn't have too much in there, but you do have something on your shoulders. He said my vehicle noise is on point. You say you didn't like Rome so much? Yeah, Rome, when you see like the that was in Rome, right? The Colosseum. When you see like the historic parts, it's like, man, but like being from LA, I'm just saying it reminded me where we were staying. It reminded me of that. Like I didn't feel so much like I was in Italy when I was in Rome where we stayed at. But when we would drive, like take the Uber and go to certain places, I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I think the most like my wife loved Milan, like she loved Lake Como. She said she would love to like she said that's where she would like to stay at. My father-in-law loved Florence. I think him and my mother-in-law loved Florence the most, because even though they did some walking in Florence, it was like a lot to see, like stores and stuff like that where we were staying at. It was like so convenient. And y'all, oh man, I had thought about doing it, but then I was like, the way my videos were uploading, like it was a lady there at the restaurant. They had at a certain time they have live music. This lady could sing so good, like so good. And then another local singer came and joined her and started singing these songs. And oh man, she was like, it was like really good. I was gonna record that and put it on Patreon because I already knew it was gonna get blocked or something like that. Uh, but yeah, it was just cool to be sitting out there drinking coffee and eating dessert to like live music or whatever. Um, but like I said, everything was just so cheap. Yeah, the luggage was our nemesis. But it's like I felt like everything we had, we needed. You know what I mean? Like it was only one shirt I didn't wear. And then at the same time, everywhere we stayed, only when we got to the house that had the best Wi-Fi, they had a washer and dryer. You see what I mean? And it wasn't like hot enough to wash our clothes and hang them to dry. It wasn't hot enough. So, um we didn't get to do laundry until, well, I didn't even do laundry. because I brought enough like underwear and stuff like that to last. But like they end up doing laundry at that house and they were able to wash and dry, but they had to hurry because after a certain time, the dryer starts to make noise. So they were like, no drying after a certain time or whatever. But most of the places just had washing machines or whatever. So that's why we were making like a lot of stops to like H&M and stuff like that. Yeah. I heard about Kevin. Yeah. I was getting ready to watch Tyrone Magnus. I know he did a video on that. But yeah, that the luggage was like, oh. And then when we got back, it was saying my wife's luggage was in Utah, but it ended up coming to us or whatever. But it was a lot of fun, man. I definitely would go back. I definitely would want to stay longer, and I definitely could see myself living there. Although I like Rome, not by much, but probably Florence was the best. I mean, Rome just felt like home a little bit, the certain area, but I will probably want to live in Florence or whatever. Probably. But I really loved it there, man. That was such a great time. Such a great time. Definitely would go back. I cannot do that 10-hour flight. I can't. That was just cause see on the way there they broke the flight up. We went to Boston for a little quick layover. But oh man, if I do, I'm gonna have to take some like strong stuff and just ah yeah, Spain. I know they want to go to Spain too. Yeah, it was. What was y'all favorite video that y'all for those of you who seen the vlogs, which one was your favorite? Day 1 through what? Which one was your favorite? I see a lot of people talk about is that Sienna? I heard a lot of people talking about that. Australia. The gondola ride. See, I was when I was editing that, I was torn between do I record the whole ride but not show the whole ride, or do I just record like, or do I edit it down just the ride itself to like a minute or so? And I was like, you know what? This is almost like we're walking through the city, so I might as well record all of it. The only issue is that the app I use to edit, like some like I wish there. I know someone said like I seen a comment where someone was talking about the music, saying that they wish the music was more Italian, and I'm like, there's on my app there's one song that says Little Italy, but it's only like a minute and 30 seconds. So my gondola ride video, I forgot how long it was, but I had to use like three different songs to fit for the music, because when I'm recording, I was like, do I want music or do I want the sound of the water? But the thing is, when you're going and the wind is blowing, the wind like goes into the speaker, so it's like a rattling noise or whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I had to use like 3 different songs just to, you know, get music on the whole gondola ride. But I went on YouTube and they had like Italy like background music that was like 10 minutes long. And I'm like, how do I use this song? How do I ask for permission for this song or whatever? Because I even typed in like copyright free uh Italy music, and they have stuff, but then it's like a guy is saying, oh, like to use this song, email me at blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but is he really gonna let me use it? Or he gonna say yeah and I use it and then he give me a strike? Because he can do that. So I didn't want to chance it. Because sometimes people are shady like that. I didn't want to chance it. So I just left it with using a couple of more songs. A lot of people like the music. Yeah. I tried to get as close as possible as I could, but you can't please everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, I tried like like the music I use for it was so funny. I was like, this actually sounds pretty good. The music I used when we got to Paris and we were just riding through the city on the Uber was a damn corporate like work music. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. I was like, I watch and I look, I'm like, you know what? This sounds like it go. That's all the stuff I'm sitting over there doing before I can upload these videos. Okay. 12:36 a.m. All right. Well, that's my little recap. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. Um, I know the fence guy is supposed to come over. So just trying to get back into the flow of do a reaction video. I know I got so much Mr. Ballin to react to. I know, uploaded so much new stuff. But I'm I'm trying to work my way back into music reactions. Um so we'll see what happens. We'll see. But thank y'all so much for watching all the vlogs. Those of you who have. If you plan on watching them, I appreciate y'all. Remember, these are my videos. So every view counts. These are my videos. Like I said, a lot of music stuff I react to, you can't monetize it, can't do nothing. It's just there. But these are my videos. Every view counts. So if y'all watching, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. We had a great time. We made it back home safely. Now, back to reality. um, it was a great, 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 great trip. Um, Definitely would go back. Italy, your hospitality was great. Uh, and to what they said to me so many times as we left, and I'll say it to y'all. Ciao. Peace out, y'all. Thank y'all for sitting in here with me for 2 hours and 29 minutes and counting. Sorry I wasn't able to get to all the comments. I just wanted to get on here and talk. Um, like I said, it's easier when I go live because I can just hit click and then videos up. But y'all will be seeing me really, 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 really soon for some type of reaction. To what? I have no clue. But ciao. Thanks for watching. Damn, it been so long, I don't even know how to get out the video. Oh, there it is. Peace out.